Good morning, good morning. Welcome to day 16 of the 4-1 Kitchen Design Mobile Showroom conversion. I'm moving along, not as fast as I would like, but it's only been a month since I got the vehicle. So I can say that due to the weather, cold over here, 40s, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida, some rainy days, some traveling days, taking care of my grandkids. We do take care of them twice a week. My daughter's a nurse, so that's a 8 to 12 hour shift she works. So we're with them 8 to 10 hours with the girls. The dad takes care of them a little bit in the morning, then brings them to us, and we continue the remaining of the day with them. So they're with us at least eight hours with us twice a week, plus rain. So it has, life, things that you got to do during your life, day to day. So yesterday night, I just wanted to try some of these planks that they're not planks, they're called profile, that the designer picked. And there's a little flaw with them. They interlock with each other only. They're meant for walls. For the ceiling you could do it, but here's the issue, that it has a flat part and then the other part is a little higher than this flat part. So this flat part you can screw into it, but the moment that you're here and you're gonna put the other one, normally some of these come with a bracket that you can screw in on one side or the other. Once this interlocks, it has a gap here, so that way you can put a bracket, and this one sits here. But unfortunately, this one doesn't. This one, basically, there's not even space. For me, even if I lower it because I put the brackets, how do I screw it anyways? Because the other piece is gonna go on top. So so they interlock with each other pretty much. That's it. So once I did these two last night, this is what you go through when you're doing these conversions. You come up with things that you wouldn't think about, or scenarios that cause an issue. So last night it caused an issue. What was the issue? That the moment I put one up, I screwed it, and then I put this one up. Well, it's being screwed on one side only, not this side. And I don't want to put screws on there because then it'll show the screws. So it requires for gluing. These mostly require for gluing on the wall. Gluing on the wall. My wife was the one who loved it, and she said, "Oh yeah, we can put this on the as a ceiling." That I love it too. So the moment I screw this one and I put this one under, there's nothing holding this part. So it was dangling like this. It was just dangling. So I'm like, oh snap, we have an issue. So I put a lot of tape, and last night I went and got some step ladders. I don't know why, but I do have 3 of these. So I had to put these step ladders all the way over here. I had to get some plywood 2x4s and force it up, leave it overnight, put some real good pressure on it, so that way it could grab on the side that I'm not able to screw it in. You can see it in the ceiling. I got 2 pieces. I tried to do that yesterday. I'm just doing a test, and I saw what I need to do for day 16. So for day 16, right now I'm gonna run one more, because then we're gonna run a channel. This is gonna be, oh no, I caught it. So this is gonna be a channel, and I found this channel that is perfect for this size, because it sits on the bottom part of the profile molding, because it has a high and a bottom, so it can slide in, then it can slide in. So when I put it on here, it fits perfect. It's actually a little bit, a tiny hair over the wood piece. But what is good for this is because we're doing an L shape. So we're gonna go straight and then turn. So that means I'm gonna have to go with a piece and stop on the return and then continue on this piece at the other one. So you will see the cuts. So I told my wife that we needed to make sure we find something that is big enough to put in here that hides the cuts when I do because I'm gonna do the L. So I'm gonna go straight, have no issue, one with the other. But when I stop here and go this way, now I'm gonna have a cut. And then I got the AC unit going over here in the middle too. So I gotta really time this. So I'm going at steps. I know a lot of people, what they do is that they go ahead and they're ready, but this is not drywall. This is not drywall. A lot of people go ahead and cut a hole on the drywall. They do a measurements where they're gonna go. They go ahead and put the track, and then they run the LEDs. You can play with that on there. Here, what we're trying to do is have all, because these are 4.5 inches, all 4.5 inches go all the way. The cabinet's up against this wall. If I end up on a run over there of, let's say 2.5, it's okay because it's gonna be underneath the cabinetry. We want this all to be symmetrical. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run 3, throw in the lights, and then run 3, and then run another strip. So we're gonna do 2 L's. We're gonna do a long L, and then or 7, another one at the end, and then 2 small ones in the middle. So it's gonna be like double L's, but it's gonna look really hot. It's gonna look very attractive. So that's what it's planned for the day 16, day 16. And then, so what I did was to help me hold these up, it's I'm gonna use some of these still because the run is 108 or 110. I know if I put this in the middle, it's still gonna flop like that, but it's just to help me. So I'm gonna still use some of these and put some 2x4s and a piece of wood on top and help me hold it from both angles. What this one does is that I can use a long run, at least a good 4 feet run or 3 feet of a 2x4, jank it in there, and push it up. So that's the encounter. So I gotta go. This is gonna take a longer time because I gotta go per sections because I'm not gonna have enough space here or material to hold these up. So I'm gonna go 3 runs and stop and put this up, and then wait 24 hours until the next day, and then do it again, because the next step is the ceiling. So then that way I could close my walls. The electrician came yesterday. He double checked everything. Thank God he came. He said there's a lot of spots that we could daisy, so we were able to save. I already ran it, but instead of going to like maybe 8 fuses, we could go to 5. So he was able to minimize and get a smaller fuse box for me instead of the big one I had. So that's gonna be, he already ran it through. He double checked everything. He wrote everything. He checked everything that we need to buy. I had to buy more stuff, appropriate stuff, because I just started buying by seeing other people's what they were doing, thinking that I was gonna do the installation, but I'm not doing the installation. I hired an electrician guy who's already lives in my community, across the street, 30 seconds drive from my house, and I already saw another job he did on another van. So let me start by putting another plank up, and then basically start the first molding and cut it on 45 so we could go this way. All right, 411 Kitchen Design Mobile. Well, day 16 of the 401 Kitchen Design Mobile Conversion. So this is what I figured out to do. So basically you could put the nails on here, but the other side you can't. Well, you could, but it's gonna look like shit. You don't want to ruin this. Sorry for the word. So you want to keep this clean as possible. So this is looking good. So what I decided was do this for now. This one, because the next one I'm gonna run. Now I'm gonna run the channel where the LED's gonna go. Then I add another one. I think maybe I'll be able to add 1 more or 2 before the AC's got to go in there. But this is how I'm solving this issue for now. I glued two of them last night. Well, one of them last night right here. I took it off and it looked great. It looks great. So this is what I have to settle with, because you can screw it on one side. The other side is lower. The lip is lower, so it sits on top of here. So we'll continue here, day 16.